Alrighty then. It's been a minute since I've gotten to show off my Cannondramon deck, so here we are with an updated-ish list. Still have to do a proper deck profile video for this, but we're facing off against a Gallantmon deck, which is pretty exciting. Surprisingly, I didn't see really any purple out of this guy. My thought process here was on turn 1, do I go for the Maimamon and give them extra memory and possibly hit a Tamer, or do I get the possibility of hitting aces off of my Gigadramon? I decided to play it safe, give them less memory, hit, a possible ace, get myself started. What I don't want happening is I don't want them to get into their Mega Line too soon and me only have 1 or 2 bodies on the field that'll just get blown up. So I want to start having extra bodies on the board. That's why I wanted to Jumbo Gamma instead of going into Cannon to kind of secure that, right? Secure that Cannondramon route of blowing their shit up at the end of turn. Because realistically, they're probably going to blow me up before I can blow them up. So Cannondramon is going to kind of take a backseat. At least here I can get some additional value and then clap back at them. So a lot of what you're going to see during this match is is me getting hit and just trying to stall. We're really board control wise, we're having a very back and forth, and it felt really good because last set before EX-08, this deck actually really struggled against Gallantmon X. Part of that was I wasn't running as many Rapid Mons. Part of that was, I think, like a skill issue, honestly, just straight up experience. I hadn't been playing as much. Because now the Gallantmon X deck is much, much stronger. And honestly, this deck hasn't really changed a whole lot. You might notice the plugin D in my hand just fucking sitting there. I'm experimenting with this. I haven't really... I think I've used it once in a match so far. But I haven't really put it into practice much. So it's probably going to come out. The reason it's in there, the blocker reboot's nice, but the reason it's in there is so I just don't get straight up goo goo gaga'd if I have Cannondramon out or, Death X or something and I want them to stay an extra turn so I can build a bit of a board state. So that's why it's there, but generally speaking, we don't do a whole lot with it. It's literally, it's kind of been a hood ornament, if anything. So, take that with a grain of salt. But realistically, this deck still does exactly what it wants to do. Same thing as last time. We're controlling the board state. We're letting the opponent run their deck down, and we're oftentimes we've been swinging for game in this set. But sometimes in some matchups, it's literally just to stop them from winning. Literally, you're just letting them run their deck out. I feel like sometimes some matchups are hell, and this is one of them. This matchup has been categorically, systematically one of Cannondramon's worst matchups, and lately it's been winning more. So yeah, it's been nice. Having the Etmons forcing them to swing in on me is always extremely useful because usually we can get a trade at worst, or we could delete one of their Gallantmons at best. I will say this though, this matchup in particular would be substantially worse without Shoto Mother, and Shoto Mother has to go. There's some things that I would definitely change about this deck once Shoto Mother is gone, specifically because of matchups like Dynamon and Gallantmon X. Some decks, it doesn't really matter, honestly. In fact, it's quite negligible, but as far as those two decks go at the very least, and quite possibly Purple Hybrid Velgamon's kind of got its own set of bullshit right now we got to deal with. But systematically, yes, we would change the way this deck runs, and I think I'm preemptively going to build a version of this deck that doesn't run Shoto Mother and runs a bit of a different line for the Cannondramon package. It's still going to have a pretty good focus on the ultimates and the megas, but I think there's a world in which we run a rookie and a champion line for this deck, and also have the option to properly digivolve up. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna experiment with that and see how it comes out. Just because, like I said, I think Shoto Mother needs to go, and I think one of the ways to respect that mindset is to build a deck around that mindset. So that'll be something we'll try. But as you can see, I'm already down to just to 3 shields, and I've had blockers pretty consistently, right? So they're doing work on my security no matter what. They have a ton of memory gain, even if I don't pass memory, because of all their Takotos. I mean, right now I have a pretty good state for board control. I even thought about using the plugin here to protect my cards, but I got the Death X, and honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, I should have been swinging with the Death X this entire time. Usually I do, but I was being very, very passive this game, and playing like a bitch. So there's that. But yeah, no, this was kind of the end of it. They, you know, they made some waves, they did their thing, but it got to a point where they just couldn't keep up anymore. I just had too much board value, and even with Chaos X and, you know, Ace and all that, or Gallant Ace and all that stuff, they weren't really able to make a meaningful dent. So here they're going to use 2 aces actually to fuck up my board, but because of the rapid mod, I still have protections, right? So even though they get to keep their turn and they get to continue doing stuff, they're like, yo, fuck it, we ball. Right, and they put me right back down to 3. It doesn't really matter because I couldn't get rid of the rapid mon. I just blue card. I'm like, fuck it, we'll just go straight into Pokemon. Let's just hit their deck, you know. So I do that. I'm going to Pokemon. We get Death X for free because they have so many cards on the field. I knew that Cannondramon wasn't really gonna work, so I was like, all right, we're just gonna go into Pokemon here. And I was thinking, I was like, well, what do I want to do? I want to get the D-Digivolve off, and I was thinking like maybe I should get one of these other ones, but realistically it came down to getting the D-Digivolve 3. That was very, very important in my opinion, making it so we didn't have to deal with the Gallant. Also, I think in this match there was one time I had an effect where I should have been protected, but I wasn't. Anyways, good game to the Gallantmon player. If you guys like this video and want to see more of it, let me know down below and join the Discord for the deck list. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Yeah.